Hello everyone. I am Dr. Mehjabin Haq, Assistant Professor of Chemistry from Bajaj College of Science, Wardha. In this lecture, we are going to study what are the strategies for studying organic chemistry. Now we all know chemistry is an interesting subject, but organic chemistry, some students find it difficult to learn and memorize organic chemistry. So this is the condition of the students these days when they think about chemistry. Now the students feel they have got all the books and the notes, they have pen in hand, but still they are scratching their head as if they don't know what to do. They feel as if they have reached the dead end when it comes to studying organic chemistry. Now some of the times the students they feel they are lost. Now take the example of atoms and molecules. They cannot see them. They are confused about what to study and how. Some students find chemistry boring because they don't understand it. Some prefer tuition, but still there is no improvement in their skill. For some students there is no time to sit and discuss chemistry. Some students find it difficult to memorize because they feel there is so many things to memorize in chemistry. And the last, they read the questions in the examination but they don't know where to start. So students, I'll be giving you some of the tips about how to learn organic chemistry. Now we all know chemistry originated from alchemy. Now what is alchemy? The ancient science of turning copper and other base metals to gold for achieving ultimate wisdom is known as alchemy. It was derived from Arabic word alchemia. Alchemy is also known as forerunner of scientific chemistry. Some of the well-known alchemists were Isaac Newton, we all know him, Roger Bacon and Tycho Brahe. Now, to enhance your interest in chemistry, you must know some of the historical facts about chemistry. If you know the history of chemistry, about how the concept originated, how the chemicals were made, how the scientists and chemists they worked hard to know and learn the concepts which we know today. So, father of modern chemistry is Antony Lavoisier. Father of organic chemistry is Frederick August Kekulé. We all know Kekulé made a huge contribution in determining the structure of benzene molecule. He gave the structure of benzene molecule to the world. Frederick Wöhler, we all know, he synthesized the first organic compound, that is urea. So, urea is the first compound to be synthesized in the lab. We also know Van 't Hoff. He was a Dutch physicist and an organic chemist who was the first winner of Nobel Prize in Chemistry. He is known for his discoveries in chemical kinetics, chemical equilibrium, osmotic pressure and stereochemistry. So Van 't Hoff's work contributed most in founding a different discipline of chemistry called as physical chemistry, which is as it is today. Now let's discuss what is organic chemistry. So the study of structure, properties, composition, reactions and preparation of carbon-based compounds, that is hydrocarbons and their derivatives, is organic chemistry. So in one word, the organic chemistry is nothing but it is the chemistry of carbon. Now when it comes to studying chemistry, educational psychologists recognize several stages of learning. Now, which are these stages? It is reading, then understanding, then remembering or memorizing, then applying those learned facts, then analyzing, evaluating, and last creating new ideas based on whatever we have learned. Now, the stages of studying organic chemistry. So, these are the stages of studying or learning organic chemistry. So first, to learn, you have to think logically about molecular properties and their behavior. Master the course material. You should be able to explain it to others in simple language. And you should also be able to write in the examinations, because ultimately we have to appear for the examination and score good marks. So that is also important. Now, organic chemistry is just like mathematics. It is cumulative and volatile, of course. So it's easy to understand but even more easier to forget. So that is the irony of organic chemistry. It follows the principle, the more you practice, the more perfection you achieve. So organic chemistry is all about practice, practice and practice. Now what should be your plan for each new topic? So these should be activities which you should be following. You should allocate your time and set study goals in advance. Read the study goals for that topic. So decide a topic, then make a or set a study goal and then read that study goal. Read and outline the appropriate sections of the text prior to the instructors discussing them in class. So before going to the class, read the outline of the topic. Then read through your class notes and merge them with the outline of the text, putting ideas into your own words. So before you go to class, do a basic reading of the topic which is going to be taught, attend the class attentively, and then read the notes or the texts or whatever material you have. Then sit down patiently and try to put your ideas or try to write whatever you have learned and understood in your own words. Then write the summaries of the important points which you recall after reading and learning as if you were explaining them to someone else. Now, see, reading and understanding is easy, but when it comes about discussing or explaining to someone else, it is difficult. So, if you want to learn something very effectively, you should assume as if you are going to explain it to someone else. So, this works. Make and use flashcards for remembering reactions and other things. Make reaction summaries or reaction mechanisms, both of the reactions of functional groups and of reactions that produce a particular functional group. So you know reaction, it can go forward and backward, so you can make a reaction summary to remember on the both side of the arrow. Then work on problems, work problems, they really work them. So just learning and memorizing is not enough. Get a problem, try to solve them based on your domain knowledge, and you will get the answer definitely. This is the most important use of all the resources available to you. We live in a digital era. Everything is at the click of your mouse. So these days it is very easy to get data. You can know things, you can have resources like books, you can have resources like you have internet, you have mobile, you have laptops, so you can access different resources available all over the globe very easily. But the most important resources are books, definitely books. You should read as many books as you can based on a particular topic which you want to understand and learn. Then your instructor, instructor can be your teacher, it can be your colleague, it can be your friend. So whatever topic you want to learn, whatever topic you want to discuss with your instructor. It will clear your doubts and it will help you understanding the topic. Then recitation, or you can say remembering or practicing anything. And the last, exam postmortems. So ultimately we learn, we read, and we have to appear for the examination. So we all are burdened with the fact that we have to score good marks in the examination. So prepare accordingly and try to learn things and write down the answers in the expected way. So I hope this lecture will help you in making your study strategies for organic chemistry specifically. So thank you so much.